Hey, we are back, and thank you so much. I hope that you took a little stretch. I hope that you got yourself some water or something to hydrate with, and we're going to jump right back in. So, the doctor and their new companions have successfully tricked a police officer who seemed pretty ready to be tricked, um, who has abandoned this crime scene and left you here alone in the parking lot of B Dubs. Uh, it is quiet, and as far as you could tell outside, you're alone. You head on into
Buffalo
the.
Wild Wings internal investigations. That was a good one. And
I think
honestly,
I'm
I
getting better at
definitely
this.
wouldn't
I
have
think I'm
expected
getting
that.
good.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're getting your time legs. You're getting there.
Yeah, I think we make a good team.
I mean, once we get a Buffalo Wild Wings and also deal with whatever went happened here. Speaking of, I'm gonna like turn around and see where the other two are. So I
I
think
think
they
we're
stayed
walking
behind,
up.
right? Are you
Yeah,
walking
we
up?
we
Okay.
stayed behind. We weren't gonna talk to the cop.
Hey, we can go in.
Yeah, before we do, just a quick rundown of what we learned. Um, well, for one, we're the Buffalo Wild Wings internal investigations. If anyone asks, just say that's what we are. Two, we
That's incredible.
would. It's
Thank
all
you.
earnest. I honestly couldn't have thought of that on my feet. But in all seriousness, someone went missing here. Don't think we got a name, but handyman, someone that was working on, I suppose, finishing off this fine establishment, went missing yesterday night, I believe. So they've cordoned this off, had that police officer keeping watch, so they really weren't doing their job and seemed very eager to leave. Um, and it might delay, quite obviously, the opening of this wonderful establishment, but also the parade. And honestly, if we don't solve this before the parade, there may be more people going missing depending on what caused this. I think we should investigate. At least I would like to.
Is he missing as in no one has seen him at all, or is he missing as in nobody saw him leave this location?
Nobody's seen him at
Nobody's seen
all.
him.
His wife didn't. His wife called
Yeah,
the cops.
he didn't come back home and hasn't checked back in either. From what I've been told, again, we haven't looked inside yet. I just want to give you all what we understand first before stepping in what could potentially be a dangerous situation. All of the tools just on the ground as if they up and disappeared.
I'd assume he's still in there somewhere.
Honestly, let's hope so. Um, let's hope so. I've just had a very bad track record when it comes to eating establishments and actually being able to eat there. You know, the last time we quite literally I almost had my organs taken.
But that's what I'm saying. We got sucked into the floor, and there was a whole situation happening underneath that restaurant. So if he hasn't been seen leaving here,
You
maybe
think?
he's still on the ground somewhere.
Oh man.
There's only one way to find out. I'm going to push the doors open and start walking in.
Okay,
I want there to
walking.
be a shot of our what's it between us 8 feet with all of our matching shoes and shoelaces entering
Yeah.
through
As
the
they
door.
like
There needs
cross
to be
the
a shot
threshold.
of that. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. The brightly colored laces enter into the building. Underneath the tape that is meant to prevent the public from going inside. You go in. There aren't any lights on in the main like restaurant part of Buffalo Wild Wings, um, but immediately you notice that deeper inside the building there are lights on and there are sounds, um, basically coming from two directions. Uh, Back, so like there is a big restaurant area in the center. There is a big like centralized bar with a like wraparound high top, and then uh, behind that, there are two entryways that it look like would go to some place where the staff would need to go, the kitchen area, restrooms, maintenances, things like that. And there are two entrances, one on either side of this centralized bar. And there are noises and lights coming from both sides.
Interesting. So they're clearly working on something before they went missing. I'm gonna check this door. What if you stick close by? Worst case scenario, we're just dealing with someone who might have fallen asleep on the job. And I'm gonna press my ear to the door first.
Okay, yeah, it's not like a solidly closed door. It's one of those like wait staff,
Swinging doors.
doors that is always swinging open, and it's pretty thin. When you put your ear to it, first, are you putting your ear to the left door or the right door?
Always go for the left.
Okay, okay. You put your ear to the right door. You hear the sounds of like power tools almost. Like a tiny little buzzsaw, that kind of a sound, a little bit of whirring and mechanical noises.
I'm just gonna look back to everyone else and go, it sounds like someone's working on some things here. I assumed with the police tape and everything, everyone would have cleared out, but
Maybe it's the guy. He was a handyman.
honestly, maybe. Let's see. I'm just gonna swing the door open. This just seems like someone who's just working on some stuff, so I'm just gonna push the door open.
You push the door open. Down the hall, you see the heavy door to like a shock fridge or a walk-in fridge is pulled ajar and stayed open. A bright light is coming from inside, enough to radiate out against the other side of the hallway. And just past that, you see another room with a wooden door with the light on.
Hello?
You hear from the far room on the other side.
Does Anna just runs?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna
I
run.
should have used my words. I used my brain.
I think Lucretia's probably bringing up the rear of our group and just watching our six as we walk in. But yeah, we're all running, I think.
Okay.
Oh, shit, that's the guy.
Lucretia, then I would like you to make a awareness and survival roll.
Oh wow. Okay. 10?
Okay.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. So as you're going, especially as you approach this open door with this light radiating out, it occurs to you that the person at the end of the hall making that noise may not be the only person here in this hallway.
Okay, I'm just watching then, behind us as we all walk this direction. Do I see
Okay.
anything in the hallway behind us?
Yes. All right. So when you look behind you,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to picture the layout in my head. Yes, when you look behind you, you see that there are a couple more rooms on the end here, and they all have sort of a bright and neon colored light coming from under the doors. From there, you hear sort of this like squeaking sound, like machinery that's moving that desperately needs to be oiled. And none of those doors seem to be open. There's no voices coming from there.
I think as can I say before we heard the muffled, obviously restrained person's voice, can Lou have just said, like pointed out the other sounds to probably who...
Absolutely.
Okay, so I pointed that
Yeah.
out to you, but I'm still following the group.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep charging ahead. I honestly imagine Ernest is probably ahead, with how quickly they moved before they actually started thinking. But I'm close behind Ernest as we're heading towards the sound of someone who sounds restrained.
Okay. Ernest, you get to the door first. Are you just gonna pull it open?
Yeah. Well, that's the door where the muffled voice is coming from. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just straight in there then.
Yeah, you pull it open. It's like a utility closet with the one like string light bulb swinging overhead. And right under this swinging light bulb is the handyman, very clearly wearing like handyman's uniform,
Found him.
utility belt, and is tied to a wooden chair with a bunch of tape wrapped over his mouth.
I go, sorry about this, and I'll take the tape off.
Oh,
Ugh.
Lou! Ouch! I imagine you do that, and then Lucretia's pulling out like a what are those pocket knives? The things, the multi tools. That there's like a bunch of different little things
Swiss
on.
Army knife.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife. I'm gonna pull out one of those from my pocketbook, and I want to cut the rest of the ropes binding him to the chair. If I understood your description correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So you can like, if you want to, you can roll to like really do this in like a swift motion, or just take a few minutes and it'll happen no matter what.
Nah, I'll roll just to see if Lucretia
Just
can
to
be
see.
cool for once.
All right, give me strength survival.
Oh, I'm not good at that. Oh, but I rolled 2 6s, so I guess I am really good at that. So that's
Hell yeah.
12, 13,
You're a
14, 15,
surgeon.
16.
You're good with the-
16.
Yep.
16. I'm
Just
good with a
the-
knife. Yeah, there we go.
You're good with a knife. You slice the ropes.
Oh,
Uh,
by the way, is this guy alive? I should have asked that first. Like, is he
Yeah.
awake? Is he
Making noise,
conscious?
I hope
Okay.
he's alive.
Cool.
yeah,
What was
he's
happening
alive. He does this thing that everybody does when they get released from any sort of restraint.
Absolutely.
He goes, quiet down.
Quiet down. Are you okay? Was this by choice?
I mean, you
You
were the one
seem
making noise
A
here.
bit tied up.
By choice? What are you talking about? No, this is, I don't know, these wacky, guys, I don't know, they came and snuck up on me, but, I mean, actually, I got pretty lucky, because, for some reason, they didn't kill me. I thought they were gonna.
What did they look like?
Yeah, what made him wacky?
You hear, as soon as you ask that question, a crunch, 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 and the floor vibrates behind you as some footsteps, heavy, thick footsteps, approach.
Does it sound like it's heading towards our door?
Yes.
Okay, everyone, hide. Just press up against the wall by the door. Trust me. I want to try and get on, like, just press myself up against the door, wall on the other side, on the side of the door. So like if they walk in, I'd be on directly on the side of them. Just
Does
so we
the
have some
door
time to
open
react.
in or does the door open out?
The door to this closet opens out.
Oh fuck, never mind. Then I'll do what the
So-
doctor says.
You know what? I'm not married to that. We can have it open in and you can hide behind it. You're gonna like press up against
I'm
the
gonna
walls
put
of
the
this.
chair underneath the door handle. Or I'm gonna try.
All right. Which do we want to do? Do we want to close the door and put the chair under it to keep it shut, or do we want to open it and kind of hide against the walls?
Either works. Honestly, we could also just do both. Just in case they do break in, we still have the jump on them, at least from the sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Block the door and then hide.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So you close and block the door. The footsteps get a little bit closer and closer, and they stop a few feet away from where you are, likely where that central refrigerator door was.
I'm just gonna tell everyone just to be very quiet
Mm-hmm.
Hold my breath.
and just listen out for any other movement.
You hear one voice say, "It is almost ready."
I think the doctor just gives everyone a look like, I don't know, and just keeps listening for more.
All we need now is more subjects.
That's not good. Subjects probably isn't good. A friend here might be one of the subjects.
You think?
Or become one. Maybe.
What's in the freezer?
Shh.
What's in the freezer?
Food? I don't know.
People.
See if anything else happens. Let's wait for them to leave.
The fella that was just tied up goes, "Look, I don't know, but those guys, not so bad."
There's more? There's others. That implies that there are others.
They stopped the little ones from, I'm pretty sure I was about to get zapped to death.
Yeah.
Zap?
In that case, they're not enemies then. They helped you out, right? They helped you out. Well,
Ah,
they did
they-
tie you up still.
Yeah, they didn't kill me. So, just step up. I don't know what this voice is.
Your standards are incredibly low.
Yeah, I don't have the best life. I don't know what to tell you, but um,
He lives in Ohio.
I feel like we should unpack that, but not now.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to listen out for more.
What are you gonna do? Say
I
that
just want to
again.
listen out for more. I'm just gonna try and listen out for footsteps as they leave, or if they even leave.
As you wait a few more moments, they kind of like just seem to be pittering around this refrigerator area where they were. And that's when you hear a door slam open and the sound of rolling wheels against the carpet as something else mechanical moves from further away.
Lou is going to
Okay.
nudge Sita and say, "That's a sound. That's the sound I heard."
I think this whole time Sita has pulled out her cell phone, which the doctor updated for her,
Right.
and has been furiously typing in keywords from the description that they got from the handyman and like descriptions of the sounds and things like that, and has been trying to cross-reference them with what files she has available. And I think as she hears that noise and just kind of stops for a second, I think she goes a little bit pale, and I think the information comes into her head backwards, that if who she thinks this is working with who she thinks this is a bad day for Ohio 1981. So I think she just kind of freezes for a minute with her phone in her hand and looks at the doctor and says, "This closet may not be enough to protect us."
Yes. I'm
What is it?
guessing they most likely know of this closet since they most likely put our friend here anyway. But who are they? I want to try, because the doctor doesn't know what's happening right now. I think actually, you know what? From the sound of the voices, can I gauge what they are?
Absolutely. All right. So, I am not going to have Dr. Ware roll for it because I feel in my chest cavity that that she does. But the doctor, if you would, please give me awareness and technology, I think.
Okay. Awareness. 17.
Okay, so it is like when somebody mentions something that that reignites a memory you forgot about ages ago. But they say the right key words, and all of a sudden this memory that used to be so important just comes flooding back to the front of your mind. And it's a combination not only of the voices that you heard and the sound of the wheels, but also plus Dr. Ware, a member of unit that knows these things on that level, looking so pale and stark that you put together that at the very least the Cybermen are here, and very possibly the Daleks are too.
Don't say it.
No. Okay. I think up until now, even after the conversation with Wen, the doctor has had almost, at the very least, the facade of like very giddy and happy-go-lucky. But I think right now his face drops, he's dead serious, and looks at everyone, and hushed tone just goes, "I need all of you to stay absolutely quiet. We are in real danger." We need to wait until they leave this spot, and I'm getting all of you on the TARDIS, and I'm dealing with this on my own.
You want us to wait in here with the bad guys?
No.
You want us to wait in here with the bad? How are we gonna get to the TARDIS?
No. When they leave, if they leave, I'm going to get you onto the TARDIS, and I will deal with this on my own. Dealing with the Cybermen and Daleks here, they don't show mercy. And as I say that, I want to look to the handyman. Why did they show you mercy? What did they want?
They just told me to wait here and said they'd come. Oh, look, I don't know. They said they'd come back for me, you know?
In like a menacing way, or in like a don't worry, we'll come back for you.
Everything they say is a little monotone, so it's hard to gauge.
We'll come back for
Yes.
you.
Emotions aren't their strong suit. Okay.
Looking around this closet, is there any other way out? Well, it's just the one door. There's no like vent window situation.
There's no like. I mean, there's like a tiny vent. There's not like a full air vent or anything like that.
Yeah,
This
wishful
is the
thinking.
ideal place to be in a tornado.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Again, it seems like they're still just like, I guess, pitting around the same spots.
Okay. If you continue, so if you continue to wait a bit, the rolling sounds of the Daleks will get a little closer, and will begin shouting, "Exterminate! Exterminate!"
What are they exterminating?
The Cybermen will return. That was not the deal. And you will hear them kind of and turn to face them. And it seems that they are engaged with each other at this point.
Should we?
Sidley is gonna kind of gently nudge the doctor, and thinking about the conversation that she overheard between the doctor and Lou, and also what she knows about both the Cybermen and the Daleks, I think she very quietly says, "Hey, doctor,
Yes.
how bad is it if they find out that you're here?"
There's no real way of knowing, but I've dealt with them more than enough times. I can deal with them now. If
You
anything,
said-
they better hope they don't find me here.
It's just if they're harvesting parts, I imagine you've got quite a few of them, starting with the extra heart. Plus,
You said you have a new face now.
it hasn't
though. They
been
won't
that
know
long
it's
since.
you, right?
It hasn't been that long since you regenerated, right?
No, if we're talking chronologically, how I've experienced time, less, maybe about a day.
Would any residual energy come off of you that would identify you as still regenerating?
I think I've finished cooking. But it won't be hard to just do a quick scan to see that I have 2 hearts.
I'm mostly worried about them figuring out how new this face is for you.
You don't need to worry about that. I'm pretty good at talking. I can talk my way around these. I just need to get all of you to safety.
Is now a good time to go?
From the description of the layout, would we have to go past them to get out?
And just cheating a little bit because you can't see exactly what's happening here.
Yeah.
Because you're behind a door. But for you, you would have to go past the Cybermen, but not past the Daleks as of yet. They are rolling closer, but they're still on the other side. So you'd have to like go, and then there's the hallway that turns and gets you out.
Okay. I need all of you to stay here, and when I give this signal, I want you all to run.
What's the signal?
Run. And I'm gonna open. I'm gonna slowly open the door, and as best as I can, slip back out and close the door behind me.
Yeah, you easily do that because right now they're in the middle of a very heated argument. You were not supposed to be here. We are Daleks. We are proud.
Happy
The
Pride.
only thing you have to be proud of is your weakness. And they just are in this heated debate with each other. As you walk out, what would you like to do, Doctor?
I am going to just very casually walk up to this conversation. I'm just kind of stand there until they notice me. Like hands in pockets, jacket out, ready, just looking very calm and collected as I just like watch this back and forth, almost like a tennis match, as I bounce back and forth as they each react until they notice I'm there.
The Daleks obviously are facing in your direction and notice you first. What is this? And the Cybermen then and turn around to face you.
Never expected this team up. Cybermen and Daleks? This is interesting. Don't you have almost opposing philosophies? What's going on here?
We are not working with the Daleks.
I mean, you mentioned something about a deal. So it sounds like you did at some point. What happened? What went wrong?
We both landed here. It was a error.
An error. Can I want to gauge if that's true or not. They probably don't lie, but I want to see if that's the truth.
Yeah, give me awareness and knowledge for this.
Awareness. It's a 15.
And the Daleks volley back at the Cybermen and go, "It was not an error. The Daleks were meant to be here." And you can put together, just based on everything you know about them, that they both want something here, and they're both just waiting for one of the other to slip up, so that they can enact their own individual goal.
Oh, okay. Seems like an uneasy, I suppose, truce between the two of you. What do you want here? You're clearly lying to me. You don't need to lie to me. I always can tell. Why are you here?
Are you directing this to either one or just both?
Both.
Mm-hmm. The people here will assimilate, the Cyberman says.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to say no. The people here are quite fleshy, and I think they're quite attached to that fleshiness. So if you want to head out, please do. If you need help leaving, I will gladly make that happen. But I need you out of here.
Exterminate. And the Dalek starts to roll towards you. I
want to
want...
yell, run.
Okay. People in the closet, what do you do?
Run. Can Ernie tell that the Dalek, well, he sees a short robot, that the short robot is planning on hurting the Doctor?
As soon as you exit here, it looks like everyone here wants to hurt the Doctor. Everyone present definitely looks like they're ready for some murder.
Fuck. Yeah. Ernie's gonna kind of bust out the door, and like, as he's like, he gets like a running start and kind of like shoulder checks one of the Cybermen and tries to knock it down. He's not running for the door yet.
Great. Give me strength, strength athletics, actually, I think. Strength athletics.
Dope.
And the Cyberman is going to contested We have a 9 for the Cybermen.
Strength athletics. Oh, that's a +9 to my roll. So that's 14.
Whoa, holy cow. Okay, I'm rolling so poorly tonight. Yeah, the Cybermen, I want to say like the stiffness of it, the Cybermen like and like falls and leans across on the wall, and then just like there's just a little bit of a spark that comes out of the little node at the top of his head. There's one more Cyberman and 2 Daleks ahead of you. Everybody else has room for one similar action before anything else happens.
Lucretia, during their conversation, pulled out their phone to check their emails again, just to do something while they're waiting. And when she hears the doctor yell "run," Lucretia will run as fast as she can, which is not very fast, out towards the door. But I would like to try and like run out so that I'm out of the room, but find a spot, if possible, where I can at least listen, if not see what's happening. Because if someone gets hurt, I don't want to be not there.
Gotcha. Yeah, you run and turn the corner, and you're able to like be outside of the direct line of fire, but you can see everything that's going on and hear everybody and everything. Cool. Dr. Ware. You're muted.
Muted.
Sometimes it'd be like that. Sita was already not comfortable with leaving the doctor alone with these two kind of legendary foes from her files, and is definitely not comfortable leaving Ernie here with the assortment of robots. So I think when the doctor yells "run" as the other two head out, she doesn't even really pick up her pace. She just kind of slips out of the closet, closes the door fairly quietly behind her, and she's gonna skid over to the Cyberman that has fallen on the ground.
Okay.
And she is gonna look for any exposed wire and just start pulling.
Absolutely. Basically, like right in the shoulder that hit the wall, a little bit of metal plate has come off, and you're able to pull on that. Let's give me. I would love to do strength and technology, because I want the strength to just pull the wires out, and the technology wits to know which ones to grab to do the most damage.
Okay. That is a 10.
Awesome. So the Cyberman on the ground is sort of lifting up an arm like at you, and then you see it just sort of freeze and begin to twitch as you pull out wires and hear like the sparks kind of flying. The doctor, you have also an action to take.
Ducks trying to avoid any shots being fired. I want to run into the open door of the like walk-in freezer. They said that was like light was pouring out of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run into there.
Yeah. In here, you've seen this before, or something like this. This is smaller scale though, of the Cybermen's assimilation like factory. You've seen this in massive terms, but they've set up sort of a makeshift rig of one where there are spare Cybermen parts, the outer shell of Cybermen waiting for fresh people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna duck and dive behind one of those for cover.
Okay. Let's see how well you can do this. Let's get a coordination athletics, as the first Dalek shot is going to come right at you.
Oh boy. Okay. 16.
That's gonna be Jesus. I got a 15. But
Oh.
hold on a second, because I think I have some
Don't
points,
say.
and I want to use them because I want to do some damage.
I would also like to use my points.
Yes!
Oh my
Yes!
Okay. With my two, what did I? Oh shoot! What did I say I rolled?
15.
I just moved my
15.
dice.
15. There's one higher than mine, so one lower, so 15.
15.
rolled a
Okay,
16.
thank you so much. So I will use my point there to make that a 16.
And I'm going to use my point to make mine a 17.
Good God. Good God. Well, whatever. Whatever! I said I was doing it, and I did it. The shot fires as you dodge out of the way. And just like barely misses Dr. Ware, who is right behind you, destroying the crap out of a Cyberman with her bare hands, mind you. I
said run! As I dive behind some cover.
Sid fully continues her work and is not nearly as phased as she should be by how close that blast came. She is very focused on her task.
Mhm.
The handyman, he's gone and left, right? Or is he hanging around? Did
He has
run
been
out with
too
me?
chicken to run at this point. He opened that door and went, and has fully closed the door behind him, or behind, back inside the closet. The other Dalek takes a shot directly at Sidley. That is gonna, oh God, finally.
What do you
Not
mean,
finally.
finally?
Not unfinally that.
I got a good roll that time, an 18.
No.
So Sidley Ware can roll the same coordination and athletics to dodge out of the way of that, but it has to beat an 18.
Shoot. Is there like an intervene mechanic? Oh God.
Do I have to dodge? Just out of
You
curiosity?
do not have to dodge, my love. You do not have to. You can just take it.
Well, what I'd like to do, and what
Ooh,
I'm hoping
okay.
that you'll let me do, is use ingenuity knowledge, alien cultures. I
Okay.
would like to try and hold up the bundle of wires that I'm currently working with and have it catch the blast instead of me.
1, take a story point. Yes, do that. Make that roll and tell me what actually happens.
I'm bad at math.
This game's math
That is a
hard.
17.
Ooh.
It's, and I want the doctor to see it, because I want the doctor to see that Dr. Ware knows exactly the right kind of thing to do, but just unfortunately, and it doesn't go as badly as it could have, but it's going to strike you in the hand that you hold up, which is going to give you a complication of the searing pain complication that I just made up, which will give you a -2 to any sort of actions you try to take with that, with your hands. But to make it interesting, I do think that it does do more damage to the Cyberman as well, and that Cyberman kind of shuts down.
I'll take it.
Great. The Cyberman, the other Cyberman, is the only one left to go, and he is going to take a shot at the doctor. That is 14. You can make the
14.
same roll, yeah.
And it's coordination athletics.
Yep.
17.
Yep. All right, you easily dodge. Right now, you have one Cyberman down, and the Dalek's rolling in, looking very frustrated. The floor is yours. Anyone to really take any action that you would like.
The
Is
Cyberman,
there-
or not the Cyberman. Oh, you
Are
go
we
ahead.
going with the extended conflict initiative, or just anyone goes?
Yeah, I'm to be in the interest of transparency. We're a little over time, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
let everybody kind of take one more action to see how we can play this out. Yeah, Lucretia.
Me, the fan of Doctor Who, knows that this probably won't work or do anything,
Great.
but Lucretia doesn't know this and is going to try nonetheless. Do I see a lovely 1981 fire alarm that might trigger ceiling sprinklers, which I don't even know if existed at this time, but Lucretia figures
Yeah.
these are robots. Technology hates water. Can we make it rain in here?
Okay, here's the thing. No fire alarm would trigger that. In the 80s, those things were triggered by actual fire. They were like these little sensory nozzles that
sick.
came out of the ceiling. So
Okay,
you know
cool.
that you can see them there, and if you just put heat of some kind near it, it'll start raining in here.
Awesome. I'm gonna pull out of my bag. I think I'd have a lighter or something.
Sure.
Can I have something? Cool. I have a lighter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just like flick it until I can get a flame and just hold it near that. Because Lucretia would know how that works, because Lucretia was alive in 1981. I was not.
You put your lighter up there. It's going to take a few minutes because it's a small flame. Ernie and Dr. Ware, would you like to do anything while it's heating up in here?
Yeah, the Dalek that had shot at Sid, Ernie's gonna, Daleks have those little, like, arm things that shoot, and so Ernie's gonna try to kick off one of the arm things. Just whatever shot at Sid, he's gonna be like, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Okay, you're going to shoot at him?
I'm gonna kick off his little arm shooter.
Kick off his arm shooter? All right, great. Yeah, let's get some coordination athletics or strength if you want, whichever you...
Cool.
Yeah.
5 and 6, that's 11 plus 9, that's 20. That's 20.
Wow. And I rolled snake eyes, so yeah. How exactly does this happen?
Ernie does not do this in any kind of like graceful way. Like, he looks like so stressed right now. But I think he was just so like desperate, like, oh my god, they shot Sid, that he just like has like superhuman leg strength for a second and just knocks the little arms off the Dalek. And just goes, oh man.
Yep. The first Dalek is completely unarmed. Guns are completely detached. It starts spinning. What is
Literally
this?
disarmed.
Yeah. Yes, literally disarmed. Dr. Ware.
Dr. Ware is going to be practical about this and search the fallen Cyberman for a weapon.
Yeah, the Cyberman literally has a laser gun.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's mine now.
Great. You can also fire it if you would like to.
I would love to fire it, and I feel confident in saying that Sita would be aware of Dalek weak points, so I would like to aim right for the eye stalk of
You go.
the last one.
you only need one hand to fire a gun, I suppose. So I could reduce the -2 to a -1.
That's amazing. Thank
Okay.
you.
Fantastic. Take the -1, and I'm gonna say coordination and technology, because you are aiming for the exact right spot that you need to.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry, you said coordination technology, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is 11.
God. I got a 10. This is heinous. But also good, as this Dalek is completely unable to see, scan, or fire upon you at this point now. There is technically only one active threat left standing, and it is the final Cyberman. Doctor, what would you like to do?
There we go. From my cover, I'm going to just, you see my hand come up with my sonic, and I'm just going to start buzzing it and just say, stop firing. You don't know, I think you know who I am, is what I'm going to go with. I think you know who I am, and I'm sure many have told stories about me when they've shot at me. What happens to them? And I want to slowly stand up from my hiding spot. And I'm going to, I guess, threaten whoever's left.
Yeah, you sure are. The Cyberman left standing turns around to see, like, one Cyberman, like just having, like, explosions come out of its eye stalk. The other is, like, spinning around panicking, while, like, two little, like, wires are spinning in place of where its arms were. Another Cyberman is on the ground in front of him with its arm, like, completely out of its socket, and wires, like, just shooting electricity everywhere. And at that moment, as you fire your sonic screwdriver, water begins to spray down from the ceiling upon all of you, and alarms begin going off. The Cyberman panics, says nothing, and taps a button on its wrist and phases out of existence. What the fuck?
I suppose the sprinklers was a nice touch. I didn't do that.
Camera pans over to Lucretia. I would like to, I don't know what else there is in this room, but I like to imagine, just for the flair, that between us seeing Lou light this itty bitty little lighter and then everything else that happened, I want to have started an actual fire, like in like a bucket, you know, like a food bucket, like a food prep bucket or whatever.
Oh, sure.
I want to have started an actual fire, using my science knowledge of random cleaning.
Yeah.
I don't even know how people start
You've got
fires
like
in
an
TV
ice
shows,
bucket, on fire and holding it up to this sprinkler system.
Yup.
Yep. And that is what you see. You all hear the sirens of the fire trucks as they arrive onto the scene. The other Daleks and Cyberman have, shortly after the Cyberman disappears, they also and are whisked away. The police officer comes back to the building along with the firemen and is like, What's the idea?
We solved
After
it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just want to say, like, after all the robots, like, visibly disappeared, I want Lou to have put down the fire bucket and just stuck it under one of the sprinklers so it could put itself out.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. All right. So it just gets fizzled.
And before the fire people get there, Ernie would have gone to check out Sitta's hand. He's very concerned, and I don't think he can do anything to help it. He's not a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'll be Dr. Wen's job for sure.
But Ernie's
But
like
both
hovering.
check on.
Like I am hovering.
Yeah.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm look, it could have been a whole lot worse. I got lucky.
That doesn't make me feel much better about that. Your hand is it's
Pretty gross.
And so I think, like, as you're saying that, I'm just sticking the bucket under one of the sprinklers, and I want to come over and look at this hand. And I just like
And
hold
I think
my hands
Sitta
out for your hand.
Automatically extends her hand. Yeah, automatically. Just knows there's no arguing with this.
Nope.
like looking over Dr. Wen's shoulder, just like a little too close.
And like I'm going to like put my hand up to tell you to go away, but can I smack you accidentally? Like,
Yeah.
because you're too close.
Yeah.
And I'm already pulling out first aid stuff. How's the hand look, lovely GM?
It is like surface burns, which is perfect. Your first aid can definitely handle this. It's not like it's not like you need to get her to someplace right away. So you have all of the things that you need. You're able to get it cooled and cleaned and wrapped in the right kind of bandaging.
I got some gauze, yeah.
Pretty quickly. Yeah. So you're able to do that. As the doctor, you are explaining what happened to the police officer?
Yes, I think before even that, the moment they disappear, I'll go to the room. I investigate as best I can, shut down all of these assimilation machines that the Cybermen had left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my question, because I actually don't know how far back they existed, would units be a thing? Like, I doubt it's a thing in Ohio, but in England.
Yes, it is a thing, I believe. There's nothing in this city, but it does exist. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I would just tell the doctor wouldn't lie about it. He would just say it. I have to deal with some trespassers, but that should be fine. They shouldn't be coming back here. I've shut down everything they've left behind, but I need you to call this number, and I'm going to write down the number to the base and just go call this number. Don't bother asking who it is. They won't tell you. Just say the doctor told you to call, and there's some things to pick up at, and I write at this address.
Great.
They will fly over and deal with it. You don't touch anything. Don't let any of the law enforcement here touch anything. My friends over at unit will.
And he takes it. He's like, all right, I guess. And the handyman will come out of the room and be like, whew, that's over then? All right, great. I better get home. My wife is probably freaking out. And
Yes.
the officer's like, oh, so you're just fine. Okay, so this is like not even a big deal then. All right.
He was just here.
Yeah. Well, the parade's back on then, and well, this place is a mess. So this place will have to. They'll do whatever they have to open up. But I'm sure it'll be a while. And he's just gonna walk out. You could see sunlight coming in through the windows. This probably took all night long.
I doubt that those were the only Cybermen or Daleks on Earth. Hopefully in this city those are the only ones, but they don't come in ones or twos.
Why would they be here? Like, what's for them here? This place isn't even open yet. There's no wings.
It's humans. Any living creature they, at the very least, Cybermen come to assimilate, the Daleks come to exterminate. Either or you end up dead.
I would love to, and I'm sorry we're so late, I will end soon, but Lucretia, I would just love you would just give me a 2d6 roll, because you said something, you picked up on something that the Dalek said, and I want to give you just a free roll to see if you could piece the rest of it together.
Oh, what? Okay. Let me find my character sheet again. That's cocked. That is 11.
6 and a 4. So I am giving this to you. The Daleks said, "We are Daleks, we are proud," and the Cybermen were saying something similar. There is a pride parade happening here, and you think that these aliens misunderstood what that was, and thought that they were invited.
They didn't misunderstand. They're just gay. All Cybermen are gay.
Oh my god, okay.
Incredible.
Why?
Oh my god!
Stepping outside, quick question before we end. Do you stay and attend the parade before leaving?
Ernie wants to.
I imagine this
The
is the
doctor,
end
absolutely.
credit
Please?
scene. The end credit scene is like a picture, like a like vintage looking Polaroid-esque picture of the four of us with our matching shoes at Columbus Pride 1981.
Vibing on a float.
Beautiful. Thank you everybody for hanging with us tonight. I will do a quick outro. I'm Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. You can find my games at superdylan.com. You can find me on Twitter, Screaming and Screaming, and you can listen to the Atom List wherever you get your podcasts. Drac, my wonderful doctor, who are you and how cool are you?
Before I say who I am, get Dylan's new game, Spin the Bottle.
I wanna
It's
play
such
so
an
bad.
interesting mechanic. I want to play it so badly. But hi, yes, I'm Draconics, or Drac for short. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I think I said that right. My brain got lost halfway through and I just kept speaking.
Sounds good.
I'm in a bunch of different stuff. The main thing I would just shout out is that tomorrow I'm going to be over on Table Story again in a homebrew campaign called Kingmakers. I play a disgraced king. It's happening at 4 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's a lot of fun. I confronted some deity known as the Sky Father. I tried to intimidate them. It was interesting. But yeah, catch me there. And keep an eye out on Friends Who Roll Dice on Twitch, Friends Who Roll Dice, and Friends Roll Dice on Twitter. We have a casting call out for a campaign. There's going to be a miniseries, Monster of the Week miniseries called Camp Carnage. It's going to be a summer camp kind of vibe. What happens when the kids are away and the counselors are out to play?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's going to
That
be fun.
sounds so fun.
But yeah, that's it from me.
Please, DK.
Hi, I'm DK, or at Abadarlings on Twitter, which is where I also scream and scream and scream. In terms of my schedule, this week is weirdly busy with a lot of things happening, so I will actually just be posting a schedule on Twitter. But in like an hour, you can catch me on Exquisite Corpse Presents, running Divine Intervention, and things are gonna get spooky tonight. Or you can catch me on Thursday doing the Radiant Citadel one-shot with May and with our friend Hamna in the chat, and a bunch of other fine folks, and we're all very excited, so we hope to see you there. That's
Absolutely.
it for me.
Wonderful. Jay.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. Today I played Dr. Lucretia Wen. You can find Twitter at NalaWoo and at NalaDraws if you'd like to see my artwork. I am a professional illustrator, art director, voice actor, sensitivity reader, and cultural consultant, TTRPG content creator, and actual play stream performer. This week, I had this show today, and then on Saturday is season 2, episode 2 of the Avatar Legends game that I play in. That is this Saturday at 2 p.m. All of the VODs for season 1 are up on YouTube. Our show is called Avatar Reclamations. Season 1 was incredible. I played a character that has given me so much euphoria. It's one of the first characters that I have created that is so ingrained with my culture as a Chinese person, and that show has given me a lot of joy. So if that sounds interesting, if you like the world of Avatar, that is on YouTube, and season 2 is coming out now. That's about it from me, but yeah, follow me on the Twitters to find out all of the stuff that I am doing, both in the performance sphere and art-wise. So that's me. Thank you.
Okay, EJ.
Hi everyone, I'm EJ. You can find me in the chat. That's One Big Egg. You can also find me on Twitter, Several Big Eggs. I'm not really screaming over there, but I'm talking about minions a lot, if you like that. And I have no other games this week, but in another week or two, you can find me back on Stella Luna's channel every week for Unbound, which is gay TTRPG roleplay stuff. So if you like that, I'll see you there. Thank you.
Yeah, we all love that. And thank you again to Lady May for having us, for producing, for making this show so beautiful and possible. We adore you so much. Yeah, we will see you next week, and just have a wonderful night.
Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride.
It's not Pride.
Happy Pride.